What's up, YouTube? This is your girl, Miss Swaggy, and this is the Ashley Show. So, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning to my channel, welcome. This video today will be about my first encounters with my guardian angel. If you would like to watch, please stay tuned. I got a lot of feedback from my previous video that I just uploaded. The one where I was talking about my spiritual journey. If you haven't watched it, please go watch that. Got a lot of feedback on that. A lot of people actually want to hear about my dream, so I will be turning it into a series. Yay! So, my first one will be about the first encounters of dreams I had pertaining to my guardian angels. Like I said in my previous video, I didn't really have any knowledge as to the things that were going on at the time. I guess assumed was that I didn't really hear a lot about women angels. That's so foolish, but I have never heard about women angels. I've always heard about like Michael and Gabriel, and knowing that they're males, so I always assumed they were always males. You don't really hear about the females. My guardian angel is a female. Something to put out there for everyone else. Everyone is born with a guardian angel. Some have one, some have two, some have more. I know for sure I have one. I've been told I've had two, but I can only recall a time where I've had one. And then we all have different angels for different they have different jobs, different job titles, just like we do. So yeah, so we have our guardian angels, and then we have our seasonal angels, which are for temporary situations you may be going through that a certain angel may need to reach out to you for, but it'll only be for that time. But your guardian angel is the angel that was assigned to your life from the day you were born to the day that you exit this world. My first encounter with my guardian angel was in a time where I was having a dream with one of my attacks. The demon in the dream was kind of trying to intervene into my life. First being a little baby into the faith, I only knew about the Lord's Prayer. In the dream, I was hesitating. And it's not because I didn't know it, but kind of it goes back to the same thing. If you don't have your connection right, you kind of forget about these things. But it's not that you forget about it, but you just need to strengthen your faith. And these things kind of intervene to make you forget these things and try to intimidate you. So basically that's what's happened to me in the first dream. So this thing was just like trying to taunt me because I didn't know it. So all I kept saying over and over was, "Our Father, our Father, our Father." And I was kind of like saying the same thing over and over because I couldn't remember it. And it was killing me that I couldn't remember it. And I kept saying the same thing over and over, and it was like the thing knew that I didn't really know. So here comes my guardian angel. So I start hearing this voice out of nowhere. So this was obviously not a voice I've ever heard before, or anybody I've ever encountered before. And it was sweet, gentle, and just soft. And I remember hearing this voice, and it was a female's voice. So she just basically started saying the prayer, and I was just repeating her. And as I started repeating her, the words were coming to me. I started remembering it to the point where I don't think she actually finished saying the whole prayer. I kind of just finished the prayer. And as I'm saying our Father, this thing just starts screaming and just goes, "Ah!" And you can like literally see the veins coming out its neck. Like, it sounds crazy, but it's real. And I just felt like, whoa, what just happened? And what did I just hear? But I was like, who was that lady? But after that, I just kind of like forgot about it, I guess. I didn't really encounter too many women angels, so like it was kind of distinct to know who she was. The second dream I had was when I was going through another encounter, and she kind of appeared in like this fog, or like I was in complete darkness. Like it seemed like I was in a dark room and I didn't see anything else around me. But when she appeared in this like fog, and I only seen like her upper body, but at the time I couldn't remember her face, but I know it was a woman. And when I seen her, obviously, if you can picture yourself in a dark void and you just see something shining on the side, you're gonna go look towards it. So that's exactly what I did. I looked towards it. So if you could picture, it's like I'm looking this way, and like I'm like, my body's facing this way, but I'm looking this way. So I'm looking at this thing telling me, oh, put your arms out. She said, and when you put your arms out, there will be a bucket of water in front of you. When the bucket of water is in front of you, you're going to throw that bucket of water over you, and you're going to feel a warmth going through your body. So I didn't even question it. I was just like, okay. And like, I just kind of just did it because I wanted to get out of the dream. So I was like, okay. And then she was like, and another thing, she told me how to pray. She told me not to pray like this. She told me to pray like this, with your hands out. And I was just like, oh, okay. Because I always was like used to just praying like this. And I was like, she told me how to pray like this. So she told me how to pray like that. So I was like, okay. So mind you, I'm still looking over here. So now I put my arms out while she's saying that. And then I look forward and there's a bucket of water in front of me. And I'm just looking at it like, what is really a bucket of water? So I did exactly what it was. I threw it all over my body, and I threw it all over my body, and I felt my whole body just get warm. And looking back at it now, I kind of took it as that was holy water, and it was just to protect me against anything else that I was going to encounter within the dream. I was already protected. But you're already protected, because when the Lord got you, He got you. Right? So there. So that was the second time I encountered. The third time I encountered, I actually seen her. It seemed like a sunny day, but there was no source of a sun. It was just light everywhere. So I was just coming out to the street and nonchalant, just walking, no cars on the street. So it was pretty crazy how you could imagine if ever you see, like, you live on a lively street and then all of a sudden you see no cars, no nothing. It just seems like, whoa. And I hear a woman's voice again say, Ashley. And I just looked and I was just like, okay. And as I looked to see who called me, this girl, who now I know is an angel, was walking down the street. But when she was walking, she kind of was just like gracefully, just like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if she was like floating but it was just so like she was walking down the block, but it was just so smooth, like. So I see her walking down the street, and at the time I was like, who is this? I don't know who this is. So I was just like, okay, cool. So she comes, she walks down, and her clothes were, well, she had on a white dress, and her clothes seemed as though they were alive, like they were floating. And like it seemed like a shawl or something, but it was like floating. And then her gown was like floating, like it was just like on the bottom, it just like was like that. And so she's walking towards me, and she just sends me a message. So now she's in front of me at this point. So now I'm looking at her. She has long blonde hair, she's fair skinned, she has this white gown on, and she's just like, be her friend. And at the time, me and one of my female friends weren't really seeing eye to eye at this point. And at the time, I still couldn't recollect who she was talking about. And I was like, who? And like in the dream, the name just popped up in my head, because obviously they know, you know what I'm saying? So it just like popped up in my head, and I was like, oh. And I was like, but she's not being my friend, and she's not acting like my friend. And And all this stuff, that this human rationality we try to come up with to have a reason as to why we should feel the way we feel. She goes, be her friend. And I'm just like, she's not even fazed by this. But like, she just straight was like, be her friend. And I was like, fine. But when I'll tell you guys after. So then there was a second part to that. She was like, and one more thing, stop drinking every night. When she said that, I said, wow. Like, guys, like, obviously I'm not peachy. Like, you know, we go through our things in life. And at this point, I used to go to happy hour every week. Like, legit, I think I went to happy hour probably 2-3 times a week. And people don't think that's a bad thing, but it's a bad thing when you overindulge every single time. So could you imagine about a month and like you're already consumed way too much, let's just put it that way, way too much than one person within a whole year. Like, I used to drink heavy, like it was crazy, and I didn't think it was a problem, but it is a problem, especially when your guardian angel is telling you it's a problem. And again, my human rationality came into it and was like, but I don't drink every night. I drink like every other night, and not as much. You know, I kind of like, you know, you try to tell yourself like it's the right thing to do or it's passive. Like, no, no, it's not. Like, it's not. And from that moment on, I like heavily downgraded what I drink. I barely drink any even like crazy alcohol stuff. I kind of just drink wine or social settings or whatever, but I don't go to happy hour every week anymore. Like, I just like try to not overindulge, because that's the thing that kind of just gets you not where you need to be. You overindulge, and things are not really supposed to control your body like that, you know, because like God is your temple, and you can't let things overindulge your body to the point where you can't even control your own body. Like, that's the part that's not the right thing to do. So flash forward, now I wake up and I'm just like, okay, I just had this dream, what am I gonna do with this? Now I gotta go be this person's friend. Like, so what I took from that, it wasn't that I was supposed to be her BFF, you know what I'm saying, but to be her friend for the moment. Because what she was about to do with it that same day, she apologized to me, and I had to accept it, which was crazy, but yeah, I had to accept her apology, and that was a part of being her friend, to be sympathetic and to be compassionate in that she was gonna openly apologize for what happened between us. And that's exactly what happened. And when I woke up, I told my mom this dream, and she like she was, by the time I went out for the rest of the day, and then I came back at night, and by that time me and the friend already spoke, and I'm like, Mom, can you believe that, you know, like, she actually apologized to me, and we haven't spoken in like so long, and like she came out of nowhere and just apologized to me. And I was just like, whoa, like, this is crazy, like, this is creepy a little bit, but I was like, wow, like, she knew that was about to happen, and I had to forgive her. And it wasn't, you know, BFFs for life, blah, 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 nothing in that nature. It was more in the sense of, you have to forgive those who have betrayed you, forgive those who, you know, you may not see eye to eye anymore, because, you know, people are supposed to come to your life for a season sometimes, and you have to accept that not always things are going to be the same or continue to be the same. And as you grow in God, like with God on your side, you're gonna start losing people, and some people don't like that, because it's like, oh my gosh, like, I'm alone and all these people are leaving me, why are these people not leaving me? And then you start noticing that people just randomly start not liking you like a million times more, and you're just like, but I'm such a friendly person, and I'm so this and I'm so that. But it's just that you're growing spiritually, where people are more worldly. So the things that you used to be consumed with, you're no longer consumed with. Your mind is completely different from what it used to be. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, to be like, oh yeah, I'm better than you, or like, you should never look at anybody like that. But in the sense of, you have to grow in life, giving everybody knowledge, and whether they listen or they don't listen, that's not up to you. you plant that seed. Be like, I told you that. Like, you know, tell them about God, tell them about all of that, because at the end of the day, you plant that seed in their heart, and what they want to manifest with that is not up to you, but it is your job to spread the gospel. Because when the blood is in your hands, you have to continue to spread it. You know, bring people to Christ. That's the right way, with a pure heart at that. You know, don't force anybody. Everybody's on God's timing. You are not God. Remember that. And you have to love people unconditionally, no matter what they've done to you. Another thing I wanted to put out there, some people are leaving their guardian angels unemployed because some people may not believe they have a guardian angel, but you do have a guardian angel that was assigned to your life. And if you're not sure, just pray about it. Just continue to pray about it, and they will reveal yourself to you. Take it from me. I didn't know anything, guys, and I continue to repeat this because I really want you guys to be relatable to me, in the sense that you do not have to be born into a church family or born into knowing every single thing. That the answers are right in your hands. And if you believe and you are genuine with your heart and pray with your heart, God hears you and He will answer you. But one thing I want to put out there, guys, is that when you are getting to know who the Lord is, please don't think you're about to use Him. Please actually ask for things that you yourself need and not necessarily want. Because God knows what we need and He knows what we want. So always be genuine in the things you pray for, because God knows what you're going to pray for before you pray it. So don't pray in vain. Don't always pray for you. Pray for others. Fix yourself. And if anything, if you're getting to know the Lord, that should be one of your first prayers. Is asking the Lord to fix you. And to show you the things that you need fixing in. Because none of us out here are perfect. But God loves us unconditionally to understand us. So please, get right with your guardian angels. If you would like to see more videos like this, which I will, stay tuned. This is the Ashley Show. This is the Ashley Show. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, because there's more videos coming to you about my dreams. Okay. Thanks, guys. Please subscribe. Please comment what you think in the comments below. And I hope you like it. This is the Ashley Show. Bye.